Your Oregon Onyx will be pulling the brakes on defense.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Western Ultimate League broadcast and a home game for the Oregon Onyx. We are at Lake Ridge High School in Lake Oswego, getting ready to roll shortly. I'm one of your commentators for today, Jeff Eckstein, joined by Kyle Hancock. How are you doing, Kyle?
Doing great. Happy to be here, Jeff.
Yeah, it should be exciting. I mean, this season still just kind of getting into the beginning phases of it. Oregon Onyx have had kind of an uphill battle to start, just, really rough schedule. Their first weekend, basically a replay of last season's playoffs, and they did lose 2 games there, very close. And then their match that was last weekend was up against the champions Seattle Tempest, who then dealt the Oregon Onyx another defeat, but just by 2 points. So with a margin of 5 goals difference, they are 0-3 in this league. Certainly looking to turn things around, but also Colorado Alpenglow, somewhat similar story, 0-2 as this new expansion franchise looks to get their season going. And, well, one of these teams going to walk away a winner. Kyle, what do you think some of the keys to this game are?
Keys to this game, well, starting with Onyx, like you said, they've had a rough start to the season, but the margin's been close. Every one of their games is close. So for them, if they can play within themselves a little bit more and minimize their mistakes, I think everything else will come together for them.
Yeah, and I mean, they started their Western Ultimate League existence last year with, a strong squad really built from the depths of the Portland and Eugene Ultimate scene. They've supplemented that with a couple more young players, but still building a lot of chemistry on that Oregon side. Similar story here for Colorado Alpenglow, though, as they're going to get started on the offense here. Stall count rising a little bit.
We can see that Colorado's in a horizontal offense. They're spread out wide, trying to isolate people in the middle of the field. But Onyx's defense is really choking out those passing lanes. See Tina Sneeder jump into the lane there and squeeze it.
And Kristen Reed going to the ground there, almost able to get a hand on that disc. The offense, though, does break down for Alpenglow, but it was a pretty good start. As you mentioned, good control, pretty calm handling of the situation. Eva Pope with the disc now for Oregon Onyx, swings it over. It's Julia Sherwood bundled up in what is kind of not the best weather conditions, although it has settled down a little bit. Grace Alston now on the sideline. Good swing over to Aubrey Bishop, who's going to go deep here. Big huck and catched. That's going to be Tina Schneider, not in the end zone, but easy follow-up. Shannon Dennehy. And there you go, Oregon Onyx on the board. First ones to score here today, 1-0 for the Onyx.
Onyx starting with a break. That is huge. They're going to take that momentum and
great break point from them, and able to kind of get this game started in the right way for them. Alpenglow's offense breaking down, and then just really clean from Oregon. Clean passes and then a good bomb deep to Tina Schneider, who actually is the goal-scoring leader for the team. 7 points coming into this game.
She is a force to be reckoned with out there. Deep threat, amazing defender. Tina Sneeder is one to look out for. Mm-hmm. We see Onyx put a fresh set of legs out there, trying to get another break here.
Yeah, just going out far side of the field here. Alpenglow will bring it in. And Alpenglow in the midst of a kind of a rough road trip. They played last night late in Seattle, 7 p.m. And as we mentioned before, Seattle just, league winner last season. So tough opponent. Seattle defeating Alpenglow 28-16, a game that also quickly went out of control for the Alpenglow. Good swinging over here, though, to Jade McLaughlin. Keeps the disc going. Kristen Reed taking it downfield. Needs that finishing touch, though. Alpenglow swinging it around. Good control. Now it's going to be Sarah Pesch. Oh, but the disc taken away. Greta Eisenbray. She's going to get up there and take that.
She jumps into the passing lane for a poach block there and just shows that she's got great defensive instincts.
Now Rachel Egan fighting the disc up to Keisha Hahn. JC Jones, midfield. Trout, good cut on the break side. Oh, disc gets away from Greta there. And we got a player open for Alpenglow. They're going to go deep, trying to find it. Unfortunately, that throw not quite there.
And I think the mark might have got a piece of that. That one came out a little wobbly.
Yeah, and that was Jade McLaughlin downfield for the Alpenglow. They have, this is their first year in WUL, but they actually do have a couple veterans on their squad with Jade McLaughlin, Liz Murphy, and Aubrey Dietrich, all previously playing last season for the Arizona Sidewinders. Aubrey Dietrich put in a good performance last night against Seattle. Greta still on the floor, able to swing the disc over to Acacia Hahn. Center of the field, good progress by Onyx. Georgina Tetlow, who's done a lot of handling for Onyx last week.
Things are getting a little gummed up here for Onyx. They're not quite getting 2 passes in a row. It's one and then a break and then another one. But it looks like their patience is paying off as they move into the red zone.
Yeah, good placement first from a nice catch by JC Jones. Great throw by Trout Waybright.
That's another Onyx break.
And they really saw the space well there. There's plenty of space for her to just put that out in front for JC to run it down.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that space, got created by, Acacia Hahn's great horizontal movement and cut, and then they were able to find Trout Waybright, and then just great finish into the end zone.
Onyx is showing amazing patience with the disc so far in this game. They don't seem to be super affected by the wet and rainy conditions out there.
8 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, still something to be determined to see exactly how this weather will affect things, especially if the rain/snow kicks up like it was before. Right now, just kind of a lighter drizzle, thankfully. Oregon Onyx will be going on the road for quite a while after this. Their next home game will be May 5th.
We see Onyx put a fresh set of legs out there, and they're playing matchup defense on this point, just trying to win matchups and win in space.
Good throw over there to Hannah Philly.
Oh, what a dig. Rory getting low.
Yeah, Rory Veldman trying to continue that play up line. Could be off the hands of Hannah Philly, though. Eva Pope starts things off. Julia Sherwood has to take this backwards a little bit. Now over to Grace Alston. Just going backwards a little bit. Talia Barth now. Good movement of the disc from Onyx, just playing this slow and steady. Couple cuts coming back for the disc. Shannon Dennehy with it now.
Ooh, that must have been a late stall situation there. She didn't have what she wanted and had to get something out.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if the Alpenglow player got a hand on that. Either way, it was a little awkward, and the turn is going to happen here. So this will be a good opportunity for Alpenglow to perhaps close this game a bit. Yeah, we're 2-0 right now, and especially as we're getting closer to the half point of this first quarter. The defense chants coming out from the fans. Better movement from Alpenglow as they continue upfield. They are going to get the goal going to Maddie Boyd.
They needed that one just to give themselves some confidence early in this game. Keep it close.
Yeah, and pretty good string of passes together.
2-1, Onyx.
Kind of a similar diagonal upfield run that the Cutters were making. So we'll see if that leads to any defensive adjustments.
6 minutes and 14 seconds in the first quarter. The scoreboard here at Lake Ridge High School was abducted by an alien from McMinnville.
This is Alpenglow's first D point, so we'll look to see what kind of strategy they deploy. You know, will they use a zone? Will they use a matchup?
Yeah, and rosters for WUL capped at 21 players for the active, but that does mean that team's able to field basically 3 sets of lines, offense, a D line, and kind of like a flex line to give those other 2 lines a break. Bull landing about the 45-yard line. Claudia Tajima picking up the disc. Pretty physical action there coming in. Morgan Zajon catch gets disrupted, but it seemed likely that would come back, yeah.
Looks like that one's contested.
Yeah, observers just figuring it out. I think they are agreeing that was a foul, just waiting for play to get restarted here properly. So disc back to Claudia Tajima. Good cut in.
Alpenglow successfully poaching out there and forcing a reset.
Yeah, Nikki Bruce trying to swing the disc back over, and Fern Beetle Mawcroft is going to be able to get in there and knock that disc away. Ooh, good throw. Nice and low. Caught by the Alpenglow player. That's Liz Murphy, another one of those Arizona Sidewinder alumni. Alpenglow, yeah, needs some sort of dump pass. They have gone backwards quite a bit, but now find themselves in good position. Need another open receiver to finish this off. They got some options deep here. But some sort of call on play. So even though the pass was dropped, looks like we're going to have some discussion over here.
I'm thinking that was a pick, but it doesn't seem like it was related to the play. It'd be interesting to see how they resolve this one.
Right, and especially not super close to the play, not really tied into it, and there were 2 open Alpenglow players, but I think it might have gotten called right before the pass went off either. But observer getting in there to help the players chat it out.
Definitely a pick. That's the signal we see. They just got to figure out where this comes back to.
Yeah, there we go. Back in the hands of our handler, Liz Murphy. Still looking for the finish. Liz now trying to cut open. Oh, Regina is there with the disruption. Another one of the top scorers for Onyx. Gets in there on the defensive sides. Raina Camerat.
That is a huge missed opportunity for Alpenglow. Right on the doorstep.
Ooh.
Oh, and they get it back.
Yeah, and just like that, the disc a little lifty gets above Raina's head. Alpenglow. Stall count was rising. Oh, off the hands of the defenders. But I think that they're calling stall. As we got 3:12 on the clock here, scoreline still pretty slim, just 2-1. Oregon up, but it looks like the stall will be confirmed as possession will switch over here. It certainly was a little bit difficult for Alpenglow to get the pass that they were looking for. Claudia Tajima now finds Morgan Zajon.
Getting gummed up, but she finds a reset.
Yeah, that was an important spot. Now Danny Runzo, as you mentioned, her first game this season, but was an important player last year. Raina, nice run onto the disc. Almost got away from her. Nikki Bruce was cutting deep. Can't quite find that target. But Onyx doing a great job of swinging the disc back over to the other side of the field. Inside pass. Unfortunately, kind of misread what Claudia Tajima and perhaps Kristen Roberts were going to do there. It was a good push forward by Onyx. Unable to convert, though.
Alpenglow with the break opportunity.
Nice.
and they squander it on a short, deep shot.
Yeah, Kristen Roberts, good awareness to realize, like, oh, this disc is maybe not going to the receiver, and just turn around, bat to the ground, make sure it's not getting picked up by anybody else. Reina with another reception was a pretty crucial part of Onyx's offense last week, and got some good, Instagram reel catches. Danny Runzo had to go to ground, finds another target though. Good quick interplay with Rachel Hess, but not quite as forward as maybe Onyx would like here.
1:30 left on the clock.
Good grab by Morgan Zajon. Pulls it down, but still about 10 yards out, and it's going to be pulled down. Rachel Hess.
Smooth as lava for the Onyx.
And great offensive run by them, flowing really well, right?
Absolutely. I mean, they things got slowed down in the red zone there. They were forced to go backwards, and but they were patient and they trusted the system, and things worked out for them. They were able to find the goal on the front cone.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to phrase that, right? Trust the system. And that's something that, seems like Oregon was still kind of working out last year and continues to meld with their chemistry this year.
Yeah, and so far what we can see is both units for Oregon, offense and defense, are running the same system. They're running a vertical stack and without having a dump presence behind the disc.
Yeah, and that can get a little risky for sure. Was Alpenglow that has been the team getting called for a stall. We'll see if that comes up again. About 1:20 on the clock here. First quarter, Oregon up 3-1.
And they're coming down in a zone set here, trying to slow down Alpenglow. Alpenglow really struggled with the zone last night against Seattle.
They're doing a good job of finding their passes and moving things forward. Quick interplay there from Jade McLaughlin over to the hands of Abby Thorpe. Firing a torpedo right down the middle, close to that red zone now.
They've transitioned to matchup D.
Sarah Ito with the handle. Good forehand over into the corner. Going to be walked onto. Beautiful catch. And Colorado Alpenglow bringing this to 3-2.
That was an expert level throw out to the back cone. Out to space, slowed down, nicely weighted so she could run onto it.
Alpenglow with 2, Onyx 3. 34 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, especially as the stall count was rising, that's a really good find. Clarity of the mind to make sure to huck that exactly where the receiver could run onto without any really contention from the defender, right?
Absolutely. And Alpenglow looks like they might be finding themselves a little bit on offense now.
Yeah, they're going to need to keep making those improvements, making those adjustments. Shout out to their coaching staff, Stephanie Schlosser, Joe Durst, Lena Gorin, and Thomas Eccles. Yeah, 34 seconds left on the clock here. And again, WUL rules, you get to play out the possession when the clock hits 0. So one of these circumstances that with like a lot of teams,
last possession.
Just kind of the small things of just making sure that, you either score, run out time, is most ideal, but turning the disc with just a few seconds left on the clock is kind of the nightmare scenario in these sort of circumstances.
3, 2, 1, possession now.
So quarter has expired.
Time has expired.
And Oregon Onyx will be able to play this out, maintaining their 3-2 lead guaranteed, but hopefully being able to tack on one more goal here before we go into the break. Nice pass in.
Runzo with a huge break throw there. Really opened things up for this offense.
Good give and go from Nikki Bruce, the defender trying to come in there and swat the disc away. Now Rachel. Oh! Yeah, Rachel Hess, good quick pass in to number 21, Danny Runzo, but unfortunately unable to hold on to that.
Yeah, that one was coming in a little hot. It's a hard catch. And a little bit of a disappointing end of the quarter. They could have, they had the disc in the red zone there and could have added to their lead. But I think they're still satisfied, up 1.
Yeah, I think so. That's a good way to put it. I mean, Ultimate is a game about, capitalizing on opportunities, right? And so I think that's, again, one of those little things. It's like a little disappointing, but, same time, you're still up 3-2.
Right.
And believe they're receiving the disc too, right? Check that right? Yeah, because Colorado received to start, so.
I got a stopwatch on for 2 minutes.
And, thankfully, once again, just to mention, we're here in Lake Ridge High School, Lake Oswego. Weather does seem to be holding somewhat, which is good. Players staying warm down there on the field.
Yeah, you got to imagine right now in the breaks they're talking about some adjustments, having just fielded each other out for the last 12 minutes. And now they have a better sense of who their opponent is.
Yeah. Onyx team down there dancing, chanting, cheering together. And, good show of synergy. And like you said, they've been playing really clean. Obviously, as we mentioned, that end of the quarter would have been nice to be up 4-2. But overall, when you look back at that quarter, pretty solid, stuff from Onyx.
Absolutely, they look crisp, and they were putting pressure on D both with their zone set and their matchup set.
Right, yeah, making those red zone finishes a little bit difficult for Alpenglow.
And on the other side, Alpenglow, they're only down 1 and don't look like they're hitting their stride yet, which, is encouraging.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah, I think you can see that. They had a couple moments on the offense where, their cutters, their receivers, and their handlers really had good synergy. But other times where, they hit the stall count. It was a little awkward. Some difficulties, let's just say, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, so just getting ready to roll again here. Disc heading its way over to Alpenglow so that they can pull off here. Again, quick shout out to our sponsors, Discraft and Benchmark. Normally we run a Discraft play of the game, but we don't have the replay capabilities today, so we'll have to discuss that, though, of course.
Absolutely.
We'll keep an eye on that.
At the start of the second quarter, your Onyx up 3-2, starting on offense.
So a good opportunity here for Onyx to keep this tempo. Keep an advantage rolling as things are heating up here at Lake Ridge Stadium. Greta Eisenbray will receive the pull to start off this second quarter. There's that vert stack. Trout running deep. JC Jones deep too, but the disc is going to have to stay a little bit closer. Keisha Hahn now finds Cyrus Lingfield. There's Trout way right. I'm going to kick it back over to Keisha Hahn. And that disc not quite deep enough to find Cyrus. So Alpenglow with great break opportunity here to possibly tie the game.
Acacia jumps in the lane there to break up that pass, forces it wide, and gets the turn.
Yeah, that was kind of an awkward catch for Maddie Boyd, but, maybe thinking about the next movement when you need to just focus on bringing that disc down. But, again, Alpenglow, they got that first break opportunity on this possession of Onyx, so they got to be somewhat, take some comfort in that. Onyx, so they need to make sure that they capitalize on this. Can't have another kind of easy slip. Keisha Hahn there, over to Cyrus. Nice pull down with her right hand. And has an easy target here. Open. That was Georgina Tetlow cutting, but not actually in the end zone fully. So
yeah, she landed on it, straddling the line there, not quite in, and Onyx has a little more work to do.
Yeah, Tetlow with the disc again. Oh, a fireball right to the gut of Acacia Hahn, but unfortunately can't hamburger that disc.
It's such a tempting look as a thrower, you know. The window's there, you know, you can just fire it in, but it's so often that ball comes in too fast, as we just saw.
Yeah.
Alpenglow quickly squanders the opportunity.
Yeah, really good cut from Rory Veldman, but they unfortunately having to substitute out real quick here. And, you know, you're really going to need some heat on that forehand flick, and especially when you're trying to throw a heater. Sometimes that edge just doesn't catch right for you.
It really is a difficult throw in these conditions, too. You add the wet, you add the cold, and it's, you know, trying to crank a 50-plus yard forehand is just difficult stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that is a good throw that they went for. But, of course, now Onyx back with the disc. JC Jones running down the far sideline.
Onyx.
Now Trout way bright. Good throw deep here.
They see the space. They put it out there.
And kind of floats away from the end line. Going to be able to get finished, though. Rachel Egan finds JC Jones in the end zone.
Rachel is calm and cool on that reception. She was easily able to haul it in and just wait for things to develop, find the easy goal.
Yeah, it unfortunately took a little bit, right? You know, 2 break opportunities for Alpenglow there. But, you know, at the same time, you're right. Good synergy, good final passes from Onyx, as they will be able to get that hold.
And we'll look to see what kind of defense they bring on this one. We have fresh legs. This looks like one of their taller units with Aubrey Bishop, Tina Sneeder, and is that Kristen Roberts?
Yeah.
I would expect them to play some zone, at least to stop the first few throws, but we'll see.
Pull coming out here.
Onyx goes with matchup defense, and Alpenglow is in a spread formation, able to get easy isolation to their cutters.
Jade McLaughlin pressured onto the sideline. Found a dump, though. Now Sarah Ito going to wind up a big forehand. Big cut on it. Oh! And it is going to be the receiver in the back. Kristen Reed pulls it down. Jade McLaughlin made a big jump for it. 2 defenders on there, but she didn't quite have the height, but neither did the defenders, and thankfully that other receiver is there behind, right?
That's why you follow the play, kids. Might not be going to you, but you can still make a play if things if it tends to pop up in the air like that.
Yeah, you never know. Deflection, you know, so that's the dictation you want to see from Colorado Alpenglow. Following that play up, as you mentioned. They're going to be pretty happy with that. I mean, 4-3 the scoreline now, and you just got to keep that rhythm and then look for your next opportunity to get a break. And could be on this Oregon Onyx possession, but from the Onyx perspective, hopefully they'll be able to get a clean hold here and not even allow that opportunity for Alpenglow. 8:30 on our clock as well.
8 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Claudia Tajima, middle of this field. Onyx were a little bit more spread out horizontally. Players coming back, though, to allow for the dump.
Alpenglow's gunking it up with some poaches, some people in the passing lanes, really trying to break up whatever pull play that Onyx had planned. And it worked.
Yeah, definitely a good defensive pressure right now. Onyx momentarily slightly more vertically oriented. Morgan Zajon runs back for it. Still the other 6 receivers in the middle of the field for Onyx here. Claudia Tajima off her hand at first, but still able to pull that down. Reina was trying to make a cut deep. Was open, but
excellent concentration.
Oof, yeah, and strong throw there by Danny Renzo. A little high and pressure from the defender. So Kristen Roberts rushed, not quite able to pull that down. Similar pressure on number 13, Liz Murphy from Alpenglow to pull that in. But another swift pass bounced off her.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Looks like the wet weather might be contributing to things squeaking through people's hands right now.
Yeah, and Liz Murphy did get her hands right back on it as we have another turnover from Onyx. So the break opportunity there once again for Colorado. Alpenglow, defensive opportunity from Danny Runzo. And almost got in there with that hand to get the block. Possibly, yeah, okay, Alpenglow maybe had some targets, going to keep it. Still kind of middle of the field. Seems like we must have, had a timeout, question mark?
Timeout, Colorado Alpenglow.
Yep, okay, timeout called and the break. Good timeout. You know, you're going to be able to switch up your lines, adjust your tactics.
Absolutely. There's been a lot of opportunities for both teams on this point. It's a 1-point game. This one could mean a lot, so I like it by the coach. I think this is a good call.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. You just get 2 timeouts a half. But, you know, like this kind of combination of like, well, you want to have faith in your D-line that if they get the disc, they get it in their hands, like they're going to be able to score it. But in some of these situations where, like, the D-line's already been running around for a minute and a half, you know, they've already had their hands on the disc. And, you know, you might as well get some fresh legs out there with the disc in their hand.
You're absolutely right. And a moment to take a deep breath, acknowledge that you have an advantage.
Yeah. And certainly, you know, the importance of this point, right?
Oh, this is a big one. I realize it's still early in the second quarter, but when it's a 1-point game, every point's a big one.
Yeah, for sure.
Just checking. We have 16 minutes left on the
Clock's live here once again, 6:30 on it. And Alpenglow find the first player. Then they're going to go deep, a little too deep. The disc gets away from Sarah Ito. The huck was from Jade McLaughlin there. I like the play, but unfortunately a little off target.
Absolutely. I mean, the space was there. They had isolation, but it was just a little too far.
Thankfully, Onyx maintained possession there. Talia Barth with the pull down. Aubrey Bishop now has it.
Onyx.
Quick little forehand to Julia Sherwood. She's going to swing it back around middle of the field. It's Talia again with the disc. Ooh, spicy stuff there from Eva Pope, but does maintain possession. Grace now with it. Grace Alston. There we go.
Great continue cut by Bishop.
And the shot deep. Great play by the Onyx receiver, making the defender think that they're going to play that close. The defender cannot get the hand on that. And 5-3 now for Oregon Onyx.
Sneeder showing again that she is an absolute beast in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, the leading scorer for Onyx going into this game. And some of the names a little bit different this season for Onyx on that, you know, compared to last season. But,
Onyx 5, Colorado Alpenglow 2, 3.
you know, switch of roster, switch of responsibility in some ways.
This is a talented group, though, and even though they're 0-3 so far in this season, every game's been close, and you know, it's that says a lot. But at this point, there are no more moral victories left for them. They need to get one in the win column, and I think that we can see that they understand that so far today.
Yeah, definitely a bit of urgency in their play. And it will be interesting to see how this division, you know, wraps up. I mean, there's still a lot of season left in it. But, I mean, Utah Wild 1-0 at the top of the division with the victory over the Alpenglow. So Alpenglow and Onyx both looking to really kind of gear things up. But a lot of those games are kind of against teams out of the conference. So how everybody matches up against each other will be interesting to see. Good find from the Alpenglow, maintaining possession, finding Maddie Boyd, tight one down the line. Turnover, though. Casey Ahan. Now Rachel Egan.
Fast break.
Love it. Greta was thinking about going
on the
deep.
doorstep.
Casey Jones cutting in. Does find the space. Great pull down. Oh.
That's such a hard catch to make and keep the feet down. She made the catch, but keeping that foot in is just it was just too much to ask on that one.
It looks like she was so close, but the observer right there had a better view than we did. They called it out.
Onyx is playing tight D, and they get the stall. Wow.
Yeah, right on the goal line.
Big stall call there.
That's what we call a coverage sack.
Yeah, pretty much. And Greta's just going to need to find this finish. There's Trout. Nice. They just peel off that vertical stack right away, get into space. And
That's a
Greta
tough
with the
cover,
finish.
man. It's a
Yeah.
tough cover to deny that space.
What the rock is cooking.
Yeah, Trout way right. Another one of those new players on the roster for Onyx. And they've just been putting work in all over the field whenever you see them on the shift.
Colorado Alpenglow.
Yeah, they're an up-and-comer in the club and pro ultimate scene here in Oregon. And if you've been watching, you would not be surprised at their explosive athleticism and ability to see the field out there. Onyx on the last point did a roller, set up a zone on the sideline, and was able to get a turn out of it pretty quickly. I'm interested to see if they just put that in the pocket for the rest of the game, or if they break it out again.
Yeah, almost might as well, hold on to that again. It was Greta who threw that roller, not on the field right now. 6-3 lead for Onyx as defenders bring that pressure, make sure that there's no easy dump. Blade goes over to Jade McLaughlin. And Tina Sneeder not quite able to get a hand in there. It's actually going to be an awkward throw to Aubrey Dietrich. Not too awkward, but hands a little low. Made the catch a little bit tough. And it's back in Onyx's hands. Aubrey Bishop, good swing into the middle of the field. Julia Sherwood now controlling it.
Ooh, she wanted to let that one loose, but made the right choice and found the under.
Grace Alston, good backhand swing. Onyx is super controlled with this possession. Oh, the defender running through. Eva Pope, thought they had Aubrey Bishop. Maybe needed a little bit more pace on that disc as Alpenglow able to cut that out.
Really an excellent D by McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Takes a shot.
Yeah, she's going to crank that one out there. And beautiful placement. Kristen Reed gets the completion in the end zone.
Wow, that was what you might call a thrower-initiated D-puck. She just put it out there and trusted her receiver. I can't blame her for doing it.
Yeah. And just great crank by Jade McLaughlin. Certainly having a good impact on this game.
And it seems like she always has a big impact out there. She's one of those players who's just an impact player. Offense, defense, she's out there making plays as a thrower, receiver. Would not be surprised to see her do that again next time she's out there.
Yeah, and again, one of those trilogy of players coming from the Arizona Sidewinders, bringing a little bit of the WUL experience to this roster. Of course, with a lot of these teams, they're pulling from that wonderful grassroots ultimate community. So even though these are new teams, they're still pulling from this depth of talent from their local community.
Absolutely, and it's a deep well out there in Colorado.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great to have a team in the league this season, raising us to a nice 8 teams in this Western Ultimate League. Claudia Tajima.
Great fakes.
Good pressure from her Mark. Reina going up.
2 minutes left.
And beautiful find
Score.
with Reina Camrat finding Kristen Roberts in the end zone. Nice control. Great offense by Onyx there as they take it to 7-4 now.
That was an awesome possession. They, they had to hit the resets and slow things down, but eventually they found something open, and Reyna finished it with an amazing throw to the back corner.
I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, but once again, Reyna, making their mark on Onyx, both as a receiver and with some of these great throws.
7-4, your Onyx are up. 1 minute and 51 seconds left in the second quarter.
So closing in on halftime, and at the start of this quarter, it almost looked like Alpenglow could really just kind of close that gap real quickly, but Onyx kind of basically opening that chasm a little bit further right now.
Yeah, Onyx has put in some space between them and the Alpenglow, and if you're Alpenglow, you really want to close the gap before halftime.
Yeah, 1 point at a time right now, and just kind of a short little pass from Sarah Pesh a bit ago, almost got broken up. Jade McLaughlin, great adjustment, turns over her shoulder, sees that she really just needs to lean into it.
That was a very creative throw by Thorpe, and she didn't. It had the fade to the break side, but it didn't go too far. The receiver was just able to turn over the opposite shoulder, and boom, right there in her pocket.
7-5, 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in the half.
Yeah, with 1:20 on the clock remaining, we could see a score each for both these teams, or possibly another break opportunity for either one of them. Points on the board, though, before we wrap up this half will help either team out.
If we get to that point, I can just wait and look for opportunities to quickly switch the battery.
Ball will land to Greta. Georgina Tetlow back to Greta. Greta finds Acacia, maybe a target open downfield. Cyrus, but had to cut it back. Way Bright swings it over, right in the hands of Tetlow. Good find of JC Jones downfield. Should have an open target in the corner. Can't quite get that pass out though. Greta moves the disc 10 yards forward. Now the find in there. Georgina Tetlow finds Trout Waybright. What a pass.
And there she is again with the vision to find Waybright on the corner.
Yeah, that was, again, just another one of those good series of throws,
What a throw there from Georgina Tetlow.
Even just from the start of that possession, Greta there, a player that had a huge impact for Oregon Onyx last year, more as a receiver deep. But I think that's one of those things that, Onyx needs some consistency and strength from their handler position, and Greta offering it right there with their interplay with some of these other players, including Georgina Tetlow.
Yeah, we saw in that possession great patience from Onyx, and the Alpenglow defense was really comfortable sitting underneath Onyx and taking away those unders, and Onyx was just patient, trusted, able to walk it in. It looks like now Onyx on defense is coming out in a zone.
Yeah, and with that disc going out of bounds under the 2-minute mark, the clock does get stopped, so we're still kind of getting closer to our timer here. Still about 20 seconds left. But as long as Alpenglow are just holding on to it, that's almost what they want out of this circumstance.
10 seconds.
And just like that, Onyx transitions out of the zone. They're into a matchup D.
And Alpenglow still trying to just move things forward slowly here. Thorpe with the forehand. Great find there. Kristen Reed able to pull that in. And this possession will end the quarter if they can get this catch. There it is. What a beautiful layout. Abby Thorpe pulls that in. Wait, was that a no, though? That was a no catch, though, from the officials.
Tough finish for Colorado. They actually looked great on that possession, and on the previous defensive possession as well. But here we are at halftime, 7-5.
Looking forward to the second half, though. Been a lot of fun, Kyle, and hope the viewers at home stay tuned for the next half. It'll be about 10 minutes. Thanks so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. We're getting ready to go here with the second half of our Western Ultimate League game of the day. Oregon Onyx versus the Colorado Alpenglow. We got Oregon up 8 to Colorado's 5 right now. I'm Jeff Eckstein, joined by Kyle Hancock. Kyle, some thoughts as we're heading into the second half?
You know, I think Alpenglow is right there. They're right on the edge. Down 3. But I think that if they were to, take a little better care of the disc, keep up their defensive pressure, they could make this a close one.
It's right there for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll see how the weather holds for us. Has been all right compared to what pregame looked like.
Onyx in that zone defense again.
Sarah Pesh with the desk again, looking for some targets. Does have that Jade McLaughlin mid-range making some threats, but actually is going to get the disc taken away from Eva Pope, able to get up there to get that snag. Shannon Dennehy not going to be able to find Grace Alston. Julia Sherwood looking around, finding Talia Barth, though.
This defensive unit for Onyx has a lot of pop on both sides of the disc. Looks like we got a pick downfield. She doesn't get open that easy. No offense, but the defense is tight out here.
Right. So we'll see what Oregon can get out of this vertical stack as things restart. Julia Sherwood with the horizontal cut while Talia Barth went into the handler. Good find on Eva Pope. Taking it in stride, able to find that finish. That's Tina Sneeder. Another goal to her tally for the campaign.
And that one was really opened up by the inside shot from Sherwood to Pope. Mm-hmm. And from there, Pope just has a free, easy toss to Sneeder for the break. Yeah,
another well-played possession by Onyx. And in this case,
break there from the Onyx.
a break possession.
For Onyx ahead, 10:42 left in the third quarter.
And of course, some of the biggest metrics here are, whether you're getting a clean hold or whether you're capitalizing on those break opportunities.
I would not be surprised to see Onyx bring that zone down again. It's proved to be a lot of trouble for Alpenglow today and last night against Seattle.
Yeah, Greta going to pull again. I was curious whether she was going to go for the roller, but they're just going to float it out towards half line. It does go out of bounds, though. Alpenglow centralizing the disc here. Looks like Sarah Pesh will take the handling off this pull. Kicks over to Akane Kleinkopf.
Onyx showing a 3-person cup. Now they're switching out of it. They're matching up.
Yeah, things were a little broken there for a second. Kind of stabilizing now at the transition to person D. A good pull down there. Again, Jade McLaughlin. Oh, great snag, though. That's going to be Kristen Reed. Defender behind her, defender in front of her. But
not sure the coach is going to love that one. Finding it right over the middle between two defenders. It worked out. But it was a bold move, bold throw.
Mm-hmm. And yeah,
Colorado Alpenglow 6, Oregon Onyx 9.
There was a little bit of awkwardness there, as you mentioned, that kind of transition between zone and person defense, but it kind of just seemed like a great pass, to finish off that point.
Alpenglow's been putting people on defense underneath their person and having one person kind of play a center field. So look to see if they do that again off the pull here.
They've definitely gotten some turnovers, forced off Onyx, but as we get into the second half of this game and things keep progressing, Alpenglow would like to have even more break opportunities. Morgan Zajon left unguarded on the far sideline. Now Tajima, a couple targets breaking to her left, not able to find that. Does find a target on her forehand side. Disc back to Tajima. Another forehand just out of reach of Kristen Roberts.
Tough one there. Just got a little too far out in front. See if Alpenglow can take up advantage of this opportunity.
Ooh. Yeah, strong defensive attempt there. Marilyn Reich, though, will pull that down. Oh, no. The disc slips away from Maddie Boyd, who also had to go to ground there. Looked like the Alaska native was going to be able to make that play, but unfortunately the disc didn't really settle.
Oh, the inside break. Oh, but it's too far out in front.
At least the Onyx players didn't collide there, but possession goes back to the Alpenglow. And they'll get a second chance to break here, but they might need a third.
It's slippery out there.
Let's go, Onyx.
Claudia Tajima will walk up to the disc. Onyx in that vert stack again. Morgan Zajon trying to run into it. We'll have to swing it over to Rachel Hess. Pressure from behind, but Hess does pull that down. Kristen Roberts, another reach. This time she's got the fingers on it. Finds Morgan Zajon inside. See if she can find one final touch. We'll go back to Rachel Hess. Down to Claudia Tajima. Has an option here. Doesn't hit Reina. We'll have to swing it back into the center. And now Onyx looking into the corner. Oh, she pulls it in. Is down. That counts. Kristen Roberts, some great grabs with the assist from Danny Runzo.
What an adjustment. That break pass was to the right space, but it was a little too far out in front. The receiver makes an amazing adjustment, amazing read, and keeps her feet in bounds to boot.
Yeah, 10-6 the scoreline now. And could have gone the other way, leading to a 9-7 scoreline. But after that one pass kind of got away from Kristen Roberts, she keeps making her cuts, keeps having faith in her teammates. Teammates keep having faith with her. And, they were able to get a great score there.
We'll hopefully have that recovered and brought back to the field soon.
Shout out to the Onyx coaching squad, the assistant Bobby Goff running back to the near side. Mike Ferguson, the head coach. Mike's second year in charge. Bobby Goff was splitting commentary duties last year with the other responsibilities now, an assistant coach.
Onyx in a matchup defense. Alpenglow, the spread formation. They get McLaughlin out in space.
I find her again. She's going to go deep. Oh, great move by Abby Dietrich. Can't find the finish, though. But, yeah, Dietrich able to just kind of sneak around Aubrey Bishop, get that grab.
That was a great read. She comes back to the disc and gets it, and unfortunately gives it away right after that.
Yeah, now the Battle of Aubrey is going the other way as Aubrey Bishop pulls that in. Swings it over to Julia Sherwood, looking for the quick fire, pulls it back. Good movement, though, as that should have been kept in bounds. Yeah, okay, sorry. I didn't see the observer for a second. I was like, I thought there was an observer right there. Indeed. He's got clean eyes on it. Eva Pope. Now over to Grace Alston. Had a bit of space before her marker closed on her. Good backhand swing around. Now Talia Barth, middle of the field, finds Julia Sherwood. Just a short pass. Good centering play there. And that vert stack of Onyx splits apart. Great find, Tina Sneeder. Not quite in. Has maybe Aubrey Bishop in the corner. Just needs a finish here. Julia Sherwood back to Tina Sneeder. And there it is.
Love that two-man game right on the end zone there. That was nice. give it up just to get it right back.
Yeah, and good peel from Tina Sneeder, too, on that first stack to, get that on that red zone pressure.
That was a great move by Sneeder. She dumps it off, takes one step towards the middle of the field, just enough to get her defender to bite, and then whoop, back to the cone for the goal.
And Julia Sherwood was all on top of that. So Onyx starting to take control of this game a little bit more. 11-6. A couple points in a row after already having a little lead. Certainly helps extend things. Greta Eisenbray, she'll be handling the pole here for Onyx.
Let's hear it for your Onyx D.
And there's that roller again. Doesn't quite get out of bounds though. Alpenglow will keep this moving.
Back in that zone formation, got him trapped on the sideline. That's what you want if you're Onyx.
Oh.
They put up something questionable, and boom, just like that, they get the turn.
Yeah, great plays by the Onyx defense and positioning to just lock that down. And Onyx with this disc again. Georgina Tetlau needs to find a target as the stall count was rising. Jones! With the one-handed dive out, pulls that down the right hand. Now finds Eisenbray. Onyx moving the disc upwards. Egan's got it. They're going to call a pick, though. Yeah, what a catch from J.C. Jones. We had a beautiful view of that.
Holy smoke, she was flying.
Yeah, right now maybe the leading contender for play of the game. We'll see what else happens here. Rachel Egan, great find. Acacia Hahn with the score.
Hahn really put her defender on skates there. Took 2 steps at her, a little shimmy shake, and then boom, bolted to the back cone. Egan with
the score.
Egan with a beautiful put to the back cone.
Yeah, and disc maybe even a
5
little.
minutes left here in your third quarter.
Yeah, we might even get a new disc out on the field as that one looked a little wobbly, tacoed out.
Not uncommon when you make a big catch like that to catch a piece of the edge of it on the turf and just straight fold that thing. Mm-hmm. I'll bet that's what happened.
12-6 now, though, for Onyx as strong plays from them continue. And we're getting to see a good amount of their roster players having an impact today. The whole team really lifting the score up.
Another break chance for your Oregon Onyx. Let's hear it.
And Alpenglow's had some ability to move the disc up and down the field. They're just, having a hard time putting it all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and certainly some issues with this zone as you see that 3-person cup again, really trying to lock down the handler. Trying to break this out, though. There's the deep throw. And, Kristen Reed able to pull that down. Alpenglow looking for the finish, though, as they're in this red zone now. Swing over to the far side. Backhand in. Still need a few more yards. We get that final pass. Not quite yet. Still having to just kind of dump it around to keep the campaign alive. And then a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there, but credit goes to Onyx for their hustle down and their ability to force that red zone formation from Colorado, and eventually they got that miscommunication, like you said.
Yeah, and shutting down the options, and especially when the offense is basically running just, the handler plus a dump. If things kind of dry up, you might not have a good, easy throw. Good look at Julia Sherwood from Aubrey Bishop, but not quite enough space to run onto that. Good find again, Jade McLaughlin. Alpenglow on the near side now.
Whew, close D there.
Yeah, Pope couldn't get in there to break it up. The disc maintains in possession of Colorado. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then again, awkwardness with the dump and handling there. Sarah Ito couldn't find a throw that they liked to the hands of Jade McLaughlin and Akani Klingkoff as well. The disc a little bit away from him as we're going to get another timeout called here. 3 minutes left.
And Onyx is really getting rewarded right now with just playing relentless D and maybe not getting blocks, but they're forcing tight windows and the pressure builds, and next thing you know, an errant pass in a tight window, well, that's a turn.
Are there tactical things that you're seeing that Onyx are doing that really shutting this down? Is it something besides that 3-person cup, or is it just this zone that Alpenglow are having problems breaking?
Yeah, Onyx is doing a good job of keeping Alpenglow from getting into a rhythm. They're bringing a zone down, whether it's on the sideline or the middle of the field, and breaking out of it relatively early in the possession. But it creates confusion, and it's forcing the Alpenglow offense to stop and analyze, and keeps them from getting into real flow out there.
Yeah, and it seems like Alpenglow's had a bit of hesitancy in some of those either mid-range or deep-range passes. So Onyx, Claudia Tajima standing over on the near side here in the vert stack. Good find over there to Nikki Bruce. Morgan Zajon. Onyx, really nice work here, just continuing to reset and move forward.
Looks like we got a pick downfield.
Yeah, I think might have been Nikki Bruce that had that issue, but it looks like we're just going to quick restart here.
30 seconds left in the
Nice inside break there from Tajima.
Yeah, Bruce, great cut in to find that space aggressively. Kristen Roberts trying to make aggressive cuts downfield to threaten, but just slightly awkward there. Gets away from Onyx. We have a turn here. Oh, Alpenglow, though. Shayna Brock tried to lay out that. Didn't quite have the reach, though.
That's really tough for Alpenglow, to have an unforced error on a quick possession like that. They're right back on D.
2 minutes left.
We've got one defender out there hanging out in the lane. Not really guarding anyone, just guarding that space.
2 minutes left on the clock here. Good hammer to find Rachel Hess. Just floats that disc into space. Now Morgan Zajon on the near side, but another call on the field here.
Contested call will stop the clock at 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Quick restart here, though. Rachel Hess now, disc center in the field. Able to find Runzo, though, who goes deep here. Kristen Roberts. Oh, easy. She's just been threatening deep. Gets another pass her way for a point.
Runzo, smooth as lava.
The timing on that cut was just perfect. As soon as Runzo looks up, Roberts is out of her break and creating separation. Runzo puts it perfectly out into space. That was textbook execution there by Onyx.
Yeah, great to see them having just kind of more comfort and faith in their throws and their offense. Really flowing well today.
It sure is. It sure is. It seems like things are coming easy for them out there. They're able to get their cutters in isolation and make the defense make tough choices. Defense is always hardest when you're on an island out there by yourself. And that's what Onyx is able to do that with their X's and O's today.
Yeah. And I mean, tough road trip for Alpenglow here with these two games, barely over, 12 hours apart from each other, plus, a 3-hour drive. But Oregon, showing the effects of basically, 2 weeks in a row at home, really playing strong today. Alpenglow, good movement on that disc. Looking for the finish. Oh, pulls that down. I think she was in. The referee is going to say so as well. Beautiful catch there. Kristen Reed, who's been on the scoreboard a lot here for Colorado. Alpenglow gets another point for him.
cheeky high release by Thorpe. Love to see that. She sees the space, and I mean, that's a bold throw, but she's clearly got that one in her pocket. Love to see that.
Yeah, Torpedo, the nickname for Abby. And there certainly has been, some silver linings to the Alpenglow, in their performance here today. We've been seeing Jade McLaughlin doing all sorts of work. Kristen Reed, who had that reception for the score, she's also been doing great stuff. And I think we're still kind of seeing where their threats are and where they're kind of getting most comfortable.
Absolutely. That last possession, they were able to move it effectively through the zone, and they eventually broke through and got the disc on the goal line. This could be an opportunity for Alpenglow to build some momentum going into the fourth.
Yeah, just a little over a minute left here in this third quarter.
1 minute left in the third quarter. 1 minute left. Let's go, Onyx!
Claudia Tajima, Rachel Hess, go back and forth, moving this disc down to the 45-yard line now. Danielle Runzo back to Tajima. Good fakes by Tajima. Now whips the hammer out. Going to find Morgan Zajon. Nice target there. Reina's close. Is going to go backwards to Runzo, however. And then now a short pass to Rachel Hess gets knocked down. Alpenglow, good defense there.
Really awesome defense. That's how the mark and the downfield defense is supposed to work together. And a shot up to Rory Feldman for the break. Alpenglow building some momentum here going into the fourth.
Yeah, and that was Jessica Larson with the bomb, who we hadn't really seen today. Again, with that coming from the D-line, though.
What a throw.
Yeah.
They score 8 points to Onyx's 13.
And that's where when you're down a little bit or, even just trying to build synergy and systems for the rest of the season, that was a really great connection and faith in the receiver from the D-line handler there.
Absolutely, and the way that Colorado's carrying themselves right now leads me to think they still believe that they've got a shot at this game. Down 5, late in the game, but they know there's still time on the clock, and I just judging their body language, they feel good right now.
Yeah, and that last possession does get into some of kind of the weird gamesmanship sometimes with how this clock works, because on one sense, you almost wish that they'd taken another 17 seconds to score that point and just killed this quarter off. But they are going to throw over to Onyx here. Will be a roller. And, if they want to pull this game back, getting a defensive hold here at the end of this third quarter is going to be an important factor of that.
Absolutely. I mean, you make a great point. They could have scored with no time on the clock, and giving Onyx a chance could really bite.
Oh, JC Jones. So, yeah, exactly. As the quarter expires, find some space in the end zone, and a big huck, big bomb. We haven't seen too many of those long completions from Onyx, but we see one right there.
Huge score.
And you can't let JC Jones get away deep like that, especially when someone like Tetlow's got the disc on the line there, backhand force. That's an easy bucket most of the time for them.
Yeah, and one of those situations, whether it's Onyx, finding their rhythm with it this year, in this new roster they're fielding, or whether opponents from last season have kind of adjusted a little bit. But that JC Jones deep threat was a big factor in Oregon Onyx's campaign last season.
No time. 0 time. Time expired.
Yeah, she's a dynamic athlete, and really it's like when you're dealing with somebody like that, letting them get behind you is just playing with fire. It's just asking for trouble. But it's easier said than done, right?
Started the time when the disc was pulled as a roller pull, and it basically elapsed perfectly when she caught it. It's definitely the start of the fourth quarter.
Ooh. Okay, so yeah, just we were listening in to the official discussion real quick there, as just
8 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, since we're kind of without a scoreboard here, kind of hard to see the small details here, and especially when you get into the rule book scenarios here about just when exactly that clock started. Looks like it actually had just a few seconds, 8 seconds left on the clock. So even though Oregon scored there, we actually will have one more possession from Alpenglow. Ironically, that exact same scenario I was just talking about. They scored way too quick,
Right.
But hard to tell when there's no clock that you can look at as a player on the field.
And Alpenglow's already knifing through this zone. They seem to have settled into to the zone look that Onyx is throwing them.
Oh, yeah, there's the Onyx player running through with the D. That's Shannon Dennehy. Knocks it down, and that will be the end of the third quarter.
Third quarter, Onyx up 14-8 to start the fourth.
And, it did seem like that mix of hopefully Alpenglow figuring out this zone, making some adjustments on their offense.
Yeah, I still feel as though they still believe in themselves. You can tell their body language, the way they're carrying themselves, that this one's still within reach. But by the same token, Onyx is screaming. They're jumping up and down. They're having a good time, and you don't want to see that if you're trying to mount a comeback.
Yeah, and I think another good sign too is just with this weather, with these conditions today. It has improved. It's still drizzling out on the field. Not super terrible, but at the same time, it's just cold. It's just wet. If you can use those spirits to warm your team up, to keep that energy high. The heat of your play, the intensity going, you're going to be strong. And Alpenglow is certainly trying their best, but they got those emergency blankets on. There's only so much you can do on the sideline, to warm things up.
Absolutely, and they're coming off of a tough game last night against a absolutely terrifying Seattle team. And to come down here and play again first thing today is, that's a tough turnaround.
Yeah, without a doubt. Early start today, late start last night. And, that Seattle team, as you mentioned, extremely strong. They did drop a game to Arizona Sidewinders, but Seattle, looking like the top team in this Western Conference. It's really going to be a battle between Colorado, Oregon, and Utah to see who else can get into the playoffs as that second team. Basically how the league schedule is working this year as well, now that the league has been split into two divisions, you play 2 games against non-division opponents.
Right.
Which Oregon Onyx actually already took care of. They played Arizona, they played San Diego. So now they basically have home and away series against their division team. So they played home games against Seattle. They're playing the home game against Colorado today. But they're going to have some away games that they're going to need some results on against these other division opponents. But this win against Colorado, super important if they can finalize it.
Absolutely. And those, like you said, those divisional games always mean more. Both for the standings and for your own team morale. You'd love to beat the teams that are closest to you.
Yeah, and to have that direct impact on whether you're leading or whether you're in second place or whatnot. And it'll be interesting to see as the season progresses. Utah Wild have only played 1 game so far, so it'll be interesting to see what results they can get in this league. Fourth quarter underway now.
Let's hear it for your Oregon Onyx.
Rain's picking up a little bit.
And, great find on the pass from Rachel Hess. Morgan Zajon, though, bumbled it a little bit. Looked like they were going to maybe recover it. Claudia Tajima with a clean takeaway. Now might just find Morgan Zajon deep. Morgan, she's got wheels. That disc going to be able to just find her. What a beautiful redemption for Morgan Zajon there.
The catch block to the assist by Claudia Tajima. That was a spectacular play.
15,
wow.
Alpenglow
And it really steals your soul out from you if you're the other team to just to have a catch block go straight into the end zone.
Yeah. And, I think that Alpenglow, this part of the weekend, they're already a little bit focused on, like, let's just make this fourth quarter a good one, let's make it end a positive result. They've been down by some points, but if this quarter can be, even or in their favor, you got to take at least some little bit of moral victory, from that. Their huddle in between third and fourth quarter wasn't the coach, screaming at them, with positive reinforcement that, like, we can do this, but just, like, look like a really calm, collected of, like, we know why we're all here. We all know what we're trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. You don't need to get emotional by being down, in this huge deficit. You don't need to get desperate. Continue to build your system and look for the future.
Absolutely, and you're right. That's the best way to handle a situation like this, is to try to build something for the next game, build something for the future, stay hungry as much as you can.
Right.
See Onyx back in their zone defensive set here.
And now Alpenglow, a little bit of a space as D has changed to a person. Good shot deep here. Looks like potential as the disc a little bit floaty. Oh, but pulled away from the defender. And that was Sarah Ito. Great catch on that. I believe the defender, Shannon Dennehy, not quite able to make a play on that. Good presence, though.
Amazing play by Ito. Mm-hmm. Catch under pressure. Defender right on her back. Rain coming down. Love to see it.
I didn't quite see who the thrower was. It might have been Kristen Reed or Abby Thorpe. Regardless, though, good movement from the Colorado receivers and a good throw to find them.
Absolutely. That throw was exactly where it needed to be. The defender didn't really have a chance at it.
And they were, about right, the perfect position to try to have a chance at it.
Totally, yeah.
The Lake Ridge scoreboard was actually recovered earlier today at Grant High School. It appears it was a high school debauchery prank situation. We'll be getting back to you shortly with more of those technical difficulties.
I believe that does take us to 15-9. Our score here as Alpenglow will pull the disc out to the 40-yard line. Greta Eisenbray finds Acacia Hahn right away. Good connection there. Trout Waybright, great cut towards the handler.
And they pulled Veldman out of the deep space. Veldman was really just hanging out back there. Great recognition by Trout to bring that defender back towards the disc.
Acacia Hahn now finds Eisenbray at the 20-yard line. She's going to look for a finish here. Has to swing it around, though. Again, players almost colliding as Tetlow was the player running onto that originally. J.C. Jones, though, gets the catch and the assist. And Onyx with another point on the board.
J.C. Jones with a heads-up play there. I'm pretty sure Tetlow was the intended receiver, and it was just a little too far out in front.
I think maybe there was a discussion there about whether Georgina was a pick there or something, but I think they were also saying, like, hey, like, I couldn't control my body and I was making a play on the disc. What do you expect? So the score will count. And we're up to 16 for the Onyx. Colorado with a 9.
Wind is picking up a little bit out there. You can see it pushing the disc, moving the jerseys just a little bit.
Yeah, it's gotten lighter out here, but unfortunately not much sun. But, we're into April showers. See what the future holds for the rest of this season. Hopefully bright weather and bright futures for both of these teams here. Aubrey Bishop marking. Disc will get swung in the center of the field, though, and knocked down.
An awesome D by Talia Barth. Run through D there.
Yeah, got in there nicely, breaking up the pass by Kleinkoff. Julia Sherwood was open stance looking for a forehand, ends up having to go the other side. Aubrey Bishop. Tina Sneeder's almost there, but can't find that throw. Kicks it back over. Pope with the disc now. And Onyx set up in the V-stack. We'll find Julia Sherwood, peels out right. All the other receivers still stacked up. Grace Alston, couldn't
What
quite
a
pull
D
that
by
down.
McLaughlin, flying from behind her. Wow. Love to see that sort of pressure on the red zone.
Yeah, really committing to that play and disrupting it, most importantly.
Now Alpenglow's out in a spread formation. McLaughlin is the isolated cutter.
We'll be able to pull that down. Alston can't return the favor. A strong forehand by Klinkoff. Centers the disc. Alpenglow get a little bit of progress with Thorpe first. 2 cutters deep. Not going to find that. Trying to find Thorpe. Just a little too much oomph on that disc.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Tough throw out to space there. The space is there.
Yeah, it was a good look.
Under 8.5 minutes here left in your fourth quarter. Onyx up 16-9 still.
Barth initiates. They find the inside shot to Julia.
Clean backhand, Aubrey Bishop. She's going to try to whip a forehand out, but the hand block.
Number 5 with a huge D.
Yeah, Hannah Mimack.
Wow, that one did not look like it felt good.
Yeah, a little tingling sensation afterwards.
Guaranteed, man. That hurts.
Forehand thrown up. We'll see if the receiver can get there. Not quite. Good look, though, as both of those receivers were open.
I think Ito was in a tough high stall situation there and honestly made the right choice. 2 receivers with space, but the wind just pushed it, just slightly downwind, just pushed that one a little too far.
And, yeah, I think actually with both of these last Alpenglow turnovers, you still have to take the positive from both of those plays and circumstances. They were good looks. They were good attempts. And now they actually have the disc again here on the 20-yard line. So we'll see if they can get this red zone finish. 1 player back for the drop. We'll have to throw it to them. Now the blade coming out here. Pulled down, though, cleanly by Sarah Ito.
Awesome break side throw there to get it around the mark. Sherwood switches to go onto the mark there, and the throw still gets around, out to space. It's a tough throw. It's a tough throw.
7 minutes remaining in the game.
7 minutes on the clock here, 16-10 in Onyx's favor. Good takeaways from that last offensive run by Alpenglow. We'll have to see if they can maybe figure out their defensive formation or situation. Have had some good defensive moments, but again, just want to keep tightening things up and try to slow down this avalanche of Onyx pressure.
Absolutely, and they've been smart about their defensive. They're putting some their defensive approach, but Onyx has just been able to pick it apart.
Let's hear it for your PDX Onyx.
Go for the short field roller.
Yeah, they're gonna bring that in on the 40-yard line. Looks like the official indicating.
That one must have not landed in. Here they are centering in the middle.
Rachel Hess finds the disc out of that vertical stack. Runzo, now Morgan Zajon. Looking for Claudia Tajima, is able to run through that, get that disc. Not in the end zone. Looking for a finish here. Morgan Zajon trying to find room. Oh!
Wow.
Throws it to herself as off the receiver, off the defender, back to the handler. Then she gets the finish.
Tajima with the concentration and focus, the poise.
Off herself.
You could count that as a hockey assist and an assist.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, pad those stats.
Throw a D in there while you're at it.
6 minutes and 12
Right.
seconds left in our fourth quarter.
So fortunate for Onyx there. They take those. 17-10 the score. And Onyx just really feeling comfortable. Every time in this offense, they're just peeling off that V stack, able to find targets, able to move the disc downfield.
Tajima's on a heater right now. That catch block to the huck just a minute ago, and then she gets another one just clearly running the show out there.
Right. Yeah, and again, I think Oregon's handler's looking really strong today.
Look for him to set a trap cup here on the sideline.
Yeah, 4 Onyx players closing over on the handler here.
Defense.
Ooh, the scoober to get out of it, though. That's nice.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. And now the disc on this far side here. Onyx's defense is going to have to scramble a little bit to recover and to still doing a zone cup of sorts. Thorpe with some space, but can't. Well, there actually is a target in the middle of the field. McLaughlin now swinging it over wide, and that's Pesh with plenty of space here. Good movement on the disc here from Alpenglow, breaking down that zone defense.
Absolutely. They got great feel with the space.
Nice. Yeah, good find there. That weird left-hand flick, if I saw that correctly.
Yeah, the left-handed forehands always look a little funky, but that was a good one. She found the space. She found the receiver. McLaughlin with another one.
Yeah, it was Sarah Pesh with the assist, but McLaughlin, just kind of remains to be a massive threat for Alpenglow.
Absolutely, she's constantly churning out there. If you relax at all on defense, she's going to find the disc.
Yeah, I liked her cut as well. That was like in the center of the field. That really kind of helped string and connect that offense together. These things were starting to have some issues.
Interested to see if Alpenglow tries something different on their defensive approach here.
Roughly 5 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock here. Fourth quarter, Oregon comfortable lead, 17-11. Claudia Tajima strolling onto the disc. One player behind, able to find Morgan Zajon back to Claudia Tajima. Great diagonal cut from her. Now looking for a target deep. That's going to be Reina. Can she get there? Yes, she can. Pulls it down one-handed with the layout.
Camrat gets another one. I really liked that offensive possession for Onyx for a bunch of reasons.
Yeah.
They weren't in their vertical formation that they've been in. They kind of spread things out and were able to get just easy isolation over on the backhand side of the field.
Yeah, it really just took them a couple passes to score. Claudia Tajima give and go real quick once she's got it back. Reina Camrat has been a threat deep, able to just find space and run onto discs that looks like she might not be able to run onto them, So,
absolutely. She's dynamic out there and doesn't seem to ever make mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, so another great performance from her. It was a solid performance last week. Of course, last week, as we mentioned, Onyx not quite able to pull down the victory against Tempest, but things really clicking well here today. And they're in a great spot with this 18-11 lead.
Looks like they're sagging in the passing lanes there, trying to gunk things up. Not a traditional zone, just enough to slow them down.
Good movement from the Alpenglow. Switching the disc back and forth between the sides of the field here. Thorpe whips it back around to Kleinkopf. And where the disc came from goes right back there a couple times in a row. There's the inside look to McLaughlin. Finds Dietrich. Looking for one more, not to McLaughlin. Ooh,
what a
great
catch.
Save there by Thorpe. You need to find a toss here as the stall count was rising. Does find it though. Sarah Ito and Alpenglow. End of the day there. A great save by Thorpe.
Hell of a save by Thorpe, keeping the possession alive. That one definitely got a little out in front. Thrower didn't want it to, but her receiver made up the difference.
Yeah, and that offensive hold there, had a little bit of kind of moments where they weren't really making progress, like they were just kind of swinging it back and forth, but a little bit calmer from the Alpenglow, and then able to kind of continue that possession forward and finally settle in and get that point. So
Absolutely. They do seem more relaxed, settled in, and just a little more calm in general.
And that's going to be important as they look to finish this game on a high note. 4 minutes left on this clock. Onyx about to receive. Now a bit of a roller here. Claudia Tajima picking it up again. See what this line can get done. Danny Runzo. Oh, Kristen Roberts, a little bit of stumble, but they keep possession. Good find inside to Rachel Hess. And she's going to whip out a backhand of Morgan Zajon, just a little out of range, though. I like the look, though.
I did, too, you know, especially with the space that she can just throw it into and let her run onto it. But I think that one, you know, it's hard to make throws out to space in this rainy conditions.
Yeah, it's one of those situations that just offensively you need to keep the defense on their toes by making quick passes that are both short and sometimes long. But unfortunately, that one was a little bit off target. And looks like we have a timeout here. I believe Colorado.
Timeout called by the Alpenglow with just under 3 minutes to play.
And yeah, Alpenglow going to try to figure out some tactics here to work themselves out of this backfield. What have you seen that you've liked the most out of their offense?
I like their offense the most when it's spread wide and they're able to get isolation. I think this timeout call, I mean, unless obviously the coach knows something I don't know, but I don't love this timeout call because they've got the full field in front of them. And it's going to allow the defense to catch up and set something. Much rather see a timeout on the other half of the field when they're a little closer to the end zone. But again, maybe the coach, wanted to get some fresh legs in there, get their offensive unit back in there, because this one would be pivotal if they're trying to mount a comeback.
Yeah, and I mean certainly this kind of game situation right now. From Onyx's perspective, it's like, let's give our flex line or let's give our D-line some opportunities. It was their flex line. I believe this is more like their D-line.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Tina Sneeder, usually we see her on the offensive side. She is the leading scorer. Oh, Cyrus, excuse me, not Tina.
And there's the score.
Yeah, beautiful conversion. Wow. Greta Eisenbray.
What a block. Cyrus closing the gap at the very last second, getting a layout block. And again, like I said, the timeout on the long field is rough. You let the defense set up like that. And Yeah, brought the D-line out. And Cyrus, just incredible. It wasn't like she caught like the edge of the disc either. It seems like she just like center slapped it down. Oh, absolutely.
Completely dominating.
Full hand on that one.
Yeah.
And I love that Onyx just punched it in. You know, they're comfortable in the red zone. They didn't dally around. Just put that thing in the rectangle.
Yeah. And the quick score, what I was saying in the meantime was, from the perspective of Onyx, you're going to want to get a bit more work, either for your flex line or your D line. Alpenglow, though, we're looking to get this offensive of theirs really humming, so this time I think they have swapped out, maybe not their main O-line. Still got some of these key players out here for Alpenglow. There's Larson, who had a really good toss earlier for Alpenglow, finds Thorpe.
And they're shredding this zone. They're comfortable in it now. And just like that, it's a matchup again.
Defense.
Good catch by Larson. Faking a short throw to Thorpe. Oh, just over the top of Maddie Boyd.
Dennehy, right place, right time. Gets the D.
Talia Barth finds Pope. Aubrey Bishop threatening deep. Reins it in. Grace Alston on the sideline calls for the disc, but gets undercut. Alpenglow now trying to make it happen on offense. Good catch pull down there by Marilyn Reich.
She's got a receiver.
Oh, great catch. Her toe was short, though, just barely. The official saw that dragging foot, though, calls it out. And Alpenglow won't let that be for naught. They pull down the finish and get the point.
Wow, what a catch, and way to be. It's so hard when you make a catch like that to be cool and to not screw it up, right?
Right, yeah. Got the adrenaline pumping.
Absolutely,
yeah.
That's one of the hardest plays in Ultimate, but she shows that it's not her first time around. She can do that.
2 seconds left.
Yeah, calms it down, gets the finish there. Was a really nice reception from her as well. And I think that's where, yeah, exactly, like just being able to see this Alpenglow offense kind of stretching out that defensive zone a bit more, right, and then shooting deep, you know.
Absolutely. They haven't had much of a deep game in this one, and you can't help but think that makes getting the short passes harder as well, right? Because they are related.
Another roller will turn over, though, stay inbound. But does roll back to about the 40-yard line.
Not sure what the strategy was on that pull. Didn't really work out for him, though. It's short and in the middle of the field. Woo!
And, yeah, Rachel Hess gets vertical. Does
Really?
find Claudia Tajima, though, yeah.
Hess really bailed her out on that one.
Oh, dang.
And an unforced error, unfortunately, for Onyx. Alpenglow looking to take advantage.
Yeah, Hess had her hands on it.
1 minute remaining.
Oh.
1 minute remaining.
A hand on it. Speaking of, Kristen Roberts slightly taps it, but the catch still gets pulled down. Alpenglow still in possession. Some sort of call pulling that back.
Not sure what this call is.
Yeah, I was seeing a T from the
Oh, okay.
one of the officials there. So I think a timeout was actually called while we have under a minute.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Alpenglow.
I like this call. It's a little closer to the middle of the field. They want to make the most of this point.
Yeah, I like the attitude. You know, exactly like you're saying, make the most out of it. You know, it's like there's only a minute on the clock, but you know, you've come all this way for this road trip. You know, right? Like,
Yeah, and if you can convert here and put your defensive unit back out there, that would feel good.
and you know, I know you do some coaching, Kyle, so you're probably a fan of the saying, as I am. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, if you're wasting reps out there, what are you doing?
Yeah, and you can't really ask for better practice than to be in a full game scenario, you know, versus one of your division rivals and trying to get a point on the board with 45 seconds on the clock. So,
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, love to see it. Looks like they want Dietrich and McLaughlin out in space here with all the room to work with.
yeah, certainly interesting offensive formations all day by the Alpenglow.
And just as that, both of them clear out for Thorpe, who puts it deep. What a throw, or what a D.
Yeah, Grace Alston comes up, says no.
Not today.
Yep. And I don't think they even realized where the receiver was. And Grace, she wasn't going to take any chances, and just athletically leaps out there and smacks it down.
Coffin corner here, gets the hammer bailout, and Sherwood's going to put that every time.
Yep. She's got the bombs, and she's going to look to drop one right now. Sneeder pulls up, gets it.
The double catch.
Yeah, they both have hands on it. That looks pretty well controlled by Tina Sneeder.
Yeah, hard for me to think that Alpenglow defender beat her to that disc, although it was very close. And looks like the observers are bringing it in to figure this one out.
Yeah, they're at least going to confer real quick. But, yeah, they are going to say that was an Onyx reception. And we're going to go live here.
Onyx with the chance on the end zone. This is a very tough situation, actually, when everyone's trying to clear out at the same time.
Nice play. returns the disc to Julia Sherwood, who is still short of the end zone, and then they just go right back to Sneeder. That said, though, as players ran onto the field to celebrate, they're now running off the field, as it looks like this point maybe not actually completed yet.
Maybe a travel call here? That's what I would envision. I love the play, though. Dump it and then go score. And, it's not the first time Sneeder's done that today.
Yeah, it looks like they will be calling that back. Maybe a travel, the call there. She certainly did take a couple extra steps, but didn't look too flagrant.
7 seconds.
Either way, the disc has come back, though. Julia Sherwood still looking for this finish, and we'll find the same player. Tina Sneeder gets on the board once more.
Again, she's an absolute monster in the end zone. Look at her throw it around and celebrate. You love to see that.
Spiking it twice.
What is that, her 4th goal of the game?
She's had quite a few, and, came into this game as the leading scorer by a few for the Onyx.
That's right.
Here in the 4th quarter.
This will inevitably be the last possession of the game.
Onyx up.
Kind of the Paris victory lap for the Onyx line that'll be on the field here. There's no real pressure of losing this game anymore. Scoreline 20-13. And good final possession from Onyx. To get another one on the board, and the game strong. Good connections between players.
Absolutely.
Just keep building that strength and confidence, right?
And the Sherwood to Sneeder connection was dangerous, man.
Yeah, they really had that chemistry down. They knew where each other were going.
Looks like Onyx is coming down in a matchup defense.
Alpenglow, again, this kind of spread offense.
Well, right up the line, that's a tough one. Egan with the D, and there might still be time on the clock here.
Yeah.
Onyx is going to get another possession.
Expired. It's possession.
Yeah, they're going to be able to run it up, maybe get a 21st point. As conversation about what's going on. I don't know quite what the confusion was, but we are going to restart here. JC Jones finds Greta Eisenbray. Greta, I was like,
resist temptation.
Yeah.
I don't know how she did. I would have put that.
Especially with JC Jones streaking up the sideline.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Waybright, there's no defenders in sight.
Yeah, Trout, they did a great job cutting into the disc, making that easy. Keisha Hahn. All these big names for Onyx who've had great performances today, looking to attack on a little bit more.
Uncontested stall here. It's an uneventful way for the game to end.
That's one way to do it. Stall called, and Acacia Hahn says, I don't really feel like arguing.
Why would you with a 10-point win, right?
Yeah, let's just go right to the after party. The celebrations have started. I don't see the fireworks. Maybe they're too damp. No fireworks today.
Not today, no.
Yeah, plenty of fireworks on the field, though.
Absolutely.
We had some bombs. I'd say there was 3 candidates for Discraft play of the game, right? You had like a JC Jones bid out.
Okay.
You had the Reina bid out.
Oh yeah, in the blue part of the end zone there.
Yeah, and then maybe the Cyrus Linkfield D, was that our third one?
I'd put it there. Yeah. That Cyrus Linkfield D on the inside throw was exceptional.
Yeah, that was just like an emphatic, no, get it out of here. I almost would lean towards that Reina play personally. You gotta settle on one. Just how that whole flow of play went, really kind of underlines, just the danger of the Onyx offense here today.
Absolutely. Is she between Camrat and Sneeder today?
Yeah.
They have been really tough to guard in the end zone.
Yeah, very strong performance by Sneeder. I think as well, that was the strongest individual performance today, perhaps.
For your Oregon Onyx.
But I think just overall as a team, fantastic game. I would say that their handlers are probably the most successful unit today. that really kind of took them to this higher level of performance.
Absolutely, yeah. And Onyx looked look just so much cleaner today than they had in their previous games. The last couple weeks at home to practice has clearly paid off for them.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well, shout out to all the Oregon Onyx fans who made it out in attendance here at Lake Oswego. We're looking forward to our next home game, May 5th. Will actually be a double header with Onyx's sibling club, the Portland Nitro. So we're excited to see their season start up, as well as this Onyx season continue. Shout out to our production staff and the staff of Onyx making this happen. Really appreciate our producer, camera, PA today. And shout out to you, Kyle, for joining me. Any shout outs from you? Any final thoughts you want to say?
Hey, thanks for having us, Jeff. And I just echo all the shout outs you give to the production team, to Onyx themselves, and the management. Really appreciate the opportunity today.
Awesome. Yeah, I just want to widen that a little bit to the overall Portland, Oregon ultimate community. Such a grassroots scene and support from cities like Eugene. Just really everybody coming together to, bring the awesomeness. And, I think that'll do it for us tonight. Congratulations to Oregon Onyx. Thanks again for joining us. This has been Kyle Hancock, and I'm Jeff Eckstein, and we will see you next time.